Hi, hello everyone. This is Terri and Brian from at Haynes House Yarns. We've been gone a long time. Yes, we have. We've been gone a long time, but here we are, uploading an episode of the at Haynes House Yarns podcast. I am Terri.
And I'm Brian.
And we are at Haynes House Yarns.
Find us on Instagram at Haynes.house.yarns. On Facebook at Haynes House Yarns.
And Ravelry at Haynes House Yarns, but we're rarely there.
Yes.
Yeah, we're just not there.
No.
If you want to see us, go to the YouTube channel. Don't go to... We're not there. We're not home. If you ring the doorbell, we're not going to answer.
We spend a lot of time on Instagram.
We do. Most of our stuff is on Instagram. So, hi again. Thank you to everybody who has subscribed. We appreciate you. We we got a lot of comments and questions about when we were going to upload another episode. So
y'all accosted us in person. So
so here we go.
Yes.
And to new subscribers, hello, welcome to the show, and thank you. It's going to be a little wild. So brace yourself. Oh no, it's not gonna be wild. We just like immediately throwing me under the bus, immediately.
No.
But this is our channel. This is where we share what we're working on, what we're making, and what's going on in our world. So why don't we just go ahead and get to it? Okay, so we're gonna go and try and remember how to do this because it has been a while since we did this. So we're gonna start with what are we wearing, which is no knitted garments. It's hot.
It's too hot to wear knitted garments.
It's hot. I tried. It's hot.
Well, you did a good job on yesterday with you. I
did.
Yes.
We went out somewhere and I wore a summer sweater. But it was I'm going to show you later, you'll get to see it, but it was a thin enough gauge that I had to wear something underneath of it, so the two of them together were too hot. But we have even though we're inside in the AC, it's too hot. We're coming on summer in DC. We are looking at a heat wave for the rest of this week where it'll be above 90, high humidities. Wearing knitted garments starting to go bye-bye. But knitting all the things,
it's still pleasurable.
That's what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
So let's start with some stuff that we've already finished. I'll let you go first, Brian, since you.
All right.
I think his pile is bigger than mine.
No, I just have a lot of smaller things. Let's just say it like that. All right. And you should know what I'm knitting. You know what I'm finished.
If you are regular, if you are a regular visitor to our channel, you know exactly what this man has been knitting. You know
what Uncle Brian did. Uncle Brian did socks. This is the Fidget sock by Amy Stringer. This is done in our colorway. This is Somebody Rung My Bell. This was featured for
Frederick Fabric Fest. It was our feature.
April Frederick Fabric Fest. So it's cuffed down. A lot of slip stitches, which makes the pattern great. It breaks up a lot of the if you have a very variegated yarn, this is a great pattern for it as it breaks it up and give it some sense of belonging.
Now let me tell you something that I like about when he knits socks. There's one part of this I really like. I like to see that. That's a good swatch, right? That's good looking. So I always like to look at the bottom of his socks whenever he gets done, because then I can and plus this is my colorway, so I can kind of see, okay, if I do that in the whole sweater, there we go. That's what it's gonna look like.
It's a 99. No, all my socks I don't block, so I don't block
because he gets gauge. Okay,
sock
number 1.
Okay. Sock number 2. All right, so this one has created a little bit of buzz, and I love the buzz from it. It's all Terri fault.
That's how you get blamed for stuff.
So she created a color called Crocus.
Mm-hmm.
Gorgeous purple, and I'll show you in a second. Gorgeous purple. And I happen to have knitted a sock. It's upstairs. I happen to have knitted a sock in it, and I'm just like, you know what? I'm just gonna knit a sock as the display sock. And I got down the cuff and probably maybe an inch of it, and it exploded on Instagram. So here's the finished object of Crocus. It is a simple 5x1 ribbon. Simple. But the yarn does the work on this thing. Look at the stripes. And look at that. I mean, can you imagine a sweater made
Yes,
this?
I can actually. Let's go ahead and do the bottom of the sock. Yes, I can imagine this in a sweater. Boom. Come on.
Look at that.
That's good stuff.
Look at that. That
Yeah.
pop of purple in the middle of that. Completely gorgeous. Hold on. Don't do that. So, that's sock number 2.
Sock number 2. He pitiful, y'all.
No.
And yeah, he's pitiful.
No. Sock number 3.
Sock number 3.
And the final sock
Uh-huh.
is part of our Rock'em Sock'em Knit Bot Yarn Club.
So that yarn club is a 1-year subscription, or you can go month by month, or I guess installment by installment. It's not every month. It's every other month.
Mm-hmm.
Where you can get an exclusive at Haynes House Yarns colorway. 3 of the patterns are our patterns. 3 of them are patterns that Brian selects. So this was the exclusive colorway, but he picked a pattern that wasn't ours for this one. Okay.
So this one is
Silica.
silica.
I think it's silica.
We're probably killing the pronunciation of the sock, but it's a gorgeous slip stitch sock. Another one, because look, the yarn is pretty variegated. But that, look, can you imagine having something with that at the bottom? Look at that.
Yes, I can. A sweater.
Okay, so you talk about me with socks, and here you are with sweaters. But what?
But
what?
But that.
But what?
But Jean. But that. That's a house joke. But that. That's gorgeous.
And that's why he died. But gee.
I know. He's always complaining. Anyways, so there are his
socks.
3 pairs of socks. Now, we will confess, this one only has 1.
Okay.
Okay, so from the last clip.
Okay. Whew, breathe. So, on the last clip, there was some noise in the background. Unbeknownst to us, kind of shocked us. And we have not been able to stop laughing.
Okay. I went back, I stopped the camera, and we went back.
And watched it. Why did we do that?
Okay, so what had happened was, there was a tray of yarn over there. And I had moved it to get something else. Now my nose is running. I moved it to get something else, and it fell over. But it's like, y'all heard it. It's like the TV fall. Like
it sounded like someone fell down the stairs. Okay, for real. But it's okay.
Okay, let me get myself together.
We're gonna compose ourselves.
We're gonna compose ourselves. Woo, get yourself together.
Oh Lord Jesus, happy day. Okay, let's finish off with the finished objects.
If we can, if nothing else is going to decide to fall in the middle of this video.
All right.
Oh my goodness.
My last finished object for this segment is a monster of a shawl.
Y'all not gonna be able to see it all in one shot. So
you need a Hubble telescope.
maybe I'll put insert a picture of it. Why not put it in front of me? There you go.
Okay. It's good and wrinkly because it was a show bag, but in a showcase. But this is SSP by Isabell Kraemer. It's called Slip Slip Party. A whole bunch of slip stitches. It has an I-cord side on it. It is a very quick knit.
It says it's 6 skeins of yarn. It's 6 colors.
6 colors. But once you get into the pattern and you get rolling, it rolls pretty quickly. It really does. Gorgeous. Done in this is oh good lord. Sydney Carlton.
Okay, let's start from the top. We have Lavender Helps is the lighter purple.
Mm-hmm.
Sydney Carlton is the dark purple. Then we move on down. This is
Gray Not Gray.
Are you sure?
No,
Bullet.
Silver Bullet.
Silver Bullet.
And 7 a.m. purchases.
Mm-hmm.
The teal one. The orange in here is
Pocket Full of Leaves.
Yes, Pocket Full of Leaves.
No, it's too dark to be the other girl.
Yeah, Pocket Full of Leaves and Gray Not Gray.
Mm-hmm. And then everybody else.
Is just repeated.
Yep.
So again, Monster of a Shawl, because I have a lot of area to cover.
Yeah, don't you? There we go.
I
might wear that for the rest of the thing.
It's too hot.
See if it gets. It's too hot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so when we were collecting our whips for me, I was like, "That's all I knit." Well, apparently, my last 2 finished projects are not socks, but they are sweaters. So I don't have many whips.
No.
Sweaters. I don't have many. I don't have many whips because and for some reason I have gotten on this fingering weight sweater, stretch. I don't know what that's all about. Here's the first.
Oh.
Hinagiku. Hinagino.
Sweaters too. The black one with all the colors.
What black color?
The Darcy and Friends. When I sold the hem in.
Oh well, that's kind of old though.
Mm-hmm.
That was long finished. Okay, Hinagiku by I have no idea. I'll put it in the show notes. It is a fingering weight sweater. It is a swing hem and you can see the decorative yoke. I knit this in our
Just Leave Me Alone.
Just Leave Me Alone, and that is Last to Fall. So both of those were part of the fall collection. Last year we did a countdown to our top selling colorways, and Leave Me Alone was #1. And it might be #1 again this year. So it's still going. I like it short sleeve. That's the only reason why I can continue to knit sweaters, because if I knit them long sleeves, they're never going to get done. So there is my Hinagino. It might be Gino. I think it's Hinaginko. Yeah, it might be Ginkgo. I'll put all that in the show notes. So there it is. I did it on our single ply, our 5 deep single ply rustic base. It turned out really well. It was a hit at Maryland Sheep and Wool, as well as this shawl, but there is sweater #1, I guess, if we're being judgy. And then
no one's being judgy, dear.
Sweater #2,
blah,
I had intended to wear to Maryland Sheep and Wool, but it was too cold and too rainy to wear it. So I didn't finish it till after. But it's finished now. This is my walk along sweater. I will also put the name of the designer, ANKESTRiCK. I think I'm probably saying that wrong, but it's a walk along sweater. So it starts with stockinette, because it's intentionally rolling the collar. Then you do ribbing, then you do the body, and then you do the same thing at the bottom. Ribbing, then you pick up stitches and you attach this. So this is our Every Good Bayesian colorway, and Lavender Helps. These were 2 new additions. Well, this one is a new addition to the shop, but Lavender Helps has always been there. I love this sweater. I'll put some pictures in of me wearing this sweater. I wore it recently to an event, outdoor event, and it was almost too hot, because it's thin enough, I think, that you need to wear something underneath of it. I guess if you can see me, then yes, you need to wear something underneath it. So if you see my face, you can see some other stuff. So I had to wear something underneath it. It was like 80 degrees, so it was almost too hot. So this will be a good spring to summer. Now, I know you're looking at my ends and judging me, but this is the back, and I bought some cute little tags that for your inside of your sweater.
Yeah.
So I left these there to let me know that this was the back, so I can sew my tag in. But there we go. There is my second finished object. It's not, I have not much to show, but although I got it for the next section for whips, I got it. So there is my sweater, and we will go ahead and go straight on to whips.
Whips.
All right, so next section we're gonna cover is whips, and I think I'm gonna let Brian go first because I'm gonna be talking for the rest of the video.
So I have one of the longest term whips
Oh my God.
projects that I've ever had. So
I forgot about that. Yeah, that has been on the needles for a while.
this one is called Collecting Marbles. Excuse me. By Zatar is the last name. And this is done in Somebody Got a Package. And You Fly, I Buy.
Okay. Colorways.
So, hey, there are the scrumptious. So, I think I'm on the brioche kick. I'm not sure why.
Yeah. And I always think it's interesting how you get a technique in your head, and that's what catches your eye every time. You just keep knitting the same thing.
And so, normally with brioche and me, we are like not very well acquainted. I cast on brioche at least 3 times. At least 3 times. And so this is, while the top doesn't look like it's brioche, it actually is brioche. This is actually brioche also. And you can tell by, you got one part, I'm at the top where you do one 2-color brioche, but there's no yarn overs on the top yet. But this is actually brioche. All right, so Collecting Marbles. And wouldn't you know, another brioche.
Another brioche. No, okay.
So this one is called Jolene Shawl.
Jolene.
Oh, now this is the French lady who designed this pattern. This is done in our colorways that we did for our sock.
Yeah, right, recently, and I'll talk a little more about that because I have a whip with these some of these colors.
So the multicolor one, and you pull that for me, baby.
I can.
This is called Rum Punch, and the green one is called Boy in the Coconut Tree. And we will explain those colorways in a little bit.
Yeah.
But that's what it is.
So turn around.
So look at Boy in the look at Rum Punch on the back.
Yes.
That thing is like, I'm bringing life to the party.
Yes.
Turn up for what?
I think that's sport weight.
Yes. This
okay.
Yep.
Shawl is sport weight.
Oh, I dropped a stitch.
Uh-oh.
No one. That's one where that stitch went.
You got a stitch marker? Where's your kid? Is your kid over here? Yes. Just take a stitch marker and save him before he goes all the way down.
I was missing a stitch. I was looking crazy. I'm like, wait a minute, I'm missing a stitch.
Well, I ripped them off, so I might have actually dropped it for you. I had to do rip out duties today. Where the rest of you? Oh, I actually know where they don't. So I'm a stitch marker thief. That's why he was giving me that look, but there's that. Okay, good. We saved him. We can fix him.
Yeah, we can fix him.
He'll be fine. So that's your 2 whips. Okay, so now I've been sitting here trying to decide how many of my whips am I actually going to show. So we'll start with the most recent, which just started casting on today. We did our Rock'em Sock'em Knit Bot, which is a annual club, our sock club for this year. And I am going to make a mess out of this.
Ooh, yes you are.
This is bad. Okay, here we go.
Yarn upon yarn.
Here we go. Okay. Well, actually, I don't need, yes, I do need to put it in.
Yes.
So I'm going to do 2 at a time socks. The
Mm-hmm.
pattern is our dress right dress pattern. We have 2 sock patterns.
Yes.
So this is the one for the club this month. It's dress right dress. And you can see I started on 2 circs. That's as far as I've gotten. So this is the boy in the coconut tree, and this is Upper St. James. So this is the 2 club colors for this month. I do have a little left in the shop. They are uploaded just to buy, not for the club, but just to buy. So that is the most recent whip, I guess I can say. I'm gonna try and get them done before the next club.
She's really.
I'm really not. I'm hoping. I've never knit 2 at a time on 2 circs. So I'm hoping that will help me. My issue with 2 at a time socks very often is, or socks period, it's just so they feel fiddly and I get bad ladders. So I'm hoping doing them this way will help me a little bit. I don't know why I just stuck in there. So I was like, I don't know why I have this. I haven't even cast this on yet. So those what my socks were gonna look like. Honey, can you hand me dress right dress so I can show what the finished project will the intended. Where do you go?
Where did you go?
Dress right dress. Where did you go?
Here we go.
Ollie oxen free. So here he is, dress right dress. So that's what my sock is gonna look like. So the darker green Boy in the coconut tree will be here, and then the lighter color will be my Upper St. James, which is the other colorway, the tealy. So this is what I'm making. This is a sock pattern Brian designed. It is on sale on Ravelry if you want it. It's also on sale directly through our website. So that's whip number 1.
Whip
oh my
number
goodness.
2.
And I didn't bring my, once again, we have forgotten how to do this because I didn't bring the label. It's over there on the table next to the winder.
What the yarn is?
Yes, of what the yarn is.
Okay.
So I have in my life a little sweetie, and this little sweetie, I call her my bird. My little bird is my daughter's goddaughter. Okay, so not my daughter's daughter. So she's not my granddaughter, but she's my daughter's goddaughter. And little sweetie, yeah, she's close enough to being a grandchild. I don't have grandkids yet. She's close enough. So little sweetie came to us at 6 months old. No, 6 weeks old.
I'm about to say, yeah.
And stole my heart. And I finally have someone in this world call me Gigi because I don't have grandkids. Well, little Miss Sweetie is going to be a year old in less than a week. I cannot believe it. And she likes yarn a lot. I wonder where she got that from.
She takes yarn. You know how little kids take yarn. You be like, oh no, don't touch that baby. She's very careful with it.
She's very careful with it. And honestly, if she's around and I'm knitting and I stop, she will pick my knitting up and give it back to me like, this is what you're supposed to be doing. So she play. I actually wound her a little ball of yarn this big for her to play with while I'm knitting. So she sits in my lap and I knit. So I figure little sweetie, my little bird, needs a sweater. So I'm making my bird a sweater.
It's a sweater cardigan.
It's a cardigan. It's still a sweater. It's still the same garment class. Mm-hmm. So this is how far I got. This is a couple hours worth of knitting, and it is the ribbed neck and the beginning of the pattern, which is, there we go. So there we go. And then it has mock cables and real cables on the edge. So this isn't enough to really show you. It is the velvet Acorn sweater. If you give me a second, I will.
We have searched that sweater.
Yeah, I don't know how I misplaced it, and it's in my favorites. So I don't know how in the world I got this started. Give me 1 second. Let me look at this.
But the yarn, she's making it out of cotton.
Making it out of cotton. Now, I love my sweetie enough that I seriously considered giving her a yacht cashmere blend, and I was like, no, that's not a 1-year-old baby. So it's a velvet Acorn baby cardigan by Lilia Vanini or Lilia Craft Party. And it is, let me see if I can zoom that in enough that you can't see the pattern. You can't see the pattern, but you can see there we go. Let's see. There it is. That's what I'm going to make for my little sweetie. And I'm very excited about it. she probably, and you know how you can name your project? It's called the Sugar Bird. So this is my Sugar Bird, my sweater for my Sugar Bird. This is a Cascade cotton. Again, I'll put it in the notes. I've totally forgot to grab I didn't put the thing in. But this is just a Cascade DK cotton, 100% cotton weight yarn. Don't even know the colorway, but she likes blue. So we put balls of yarn out in front of her and let her pick. And she consistently picked the blue one. Even when we changed the order. So I said, okay, my little bird needs a blue sweater. So here we go. This is the beginnings of the blue sweater for the sweetie. Okay. Like I said, whatever project. Are you talking about how many things I have cast on? I'm not even going to show them all now.
Oh, don't be like that.
All right. So number 3 is a shawl pattern that I am doing with some friends. We're all gonna do it, and we all have picked dyers that we're gonna include in our shawl. It is the Dark Phoenix shawl by Tiff Nealon.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Tiff Nealon.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yeah, I thought it was.
Yes.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No. I don't think so.
I
don't think so.
I think so.
Okay, well, let's see who's gonna be right. Next, not the movies, because they all terrible. It is by Tamy Gore. Ha ha ha. I knew it wasn't Tiff Nealon. Ha ha ha. So it's by Tamy Gore. And it is 5 minis. No, it's 8 minis. And it is a asymmetrical. I guess you would call it asymmetrical.
Yeah, it's asymmetrical. Mm-hmm.
So I have started. This is as far as I got so far. So it's 2 sections. So each section you change. Actually, I'm in 3 sections, but it's just my 2 colors sitting up against each other are a little similar. But these 2 are from a mini set I got from Passionate Yarn, and they were all purple. So my next 2 shades are going to be purple, but you can't see it because Iron and Passionates, this is hers, but I'm starting with our colorway. Oh, I do have the rest of them. Mr. Darcy, and there he is. So you can see how he'd be similar, but I guess once I get some miles on it, you'll be able to tell the difference. But yeah. I mean, it's a grand total, I think, of 1 row of Darcy on here so far. Sorry. So I'll be adding Darcy, and then I am also adding the rest of Iron's minis. So those are hers from Passionate Yarns, and then I have a mini from Sister Anna's Yarns, Naima Bond. Yeah. I don't think I said her name right, her business name right. This is gonna be on the end, and I'll fill in some more colors. I have plenty of yarn. I can always add another one of mine. So it's gonna end with this bright. So we'll keep going over till we get to this bright one. That is only 6 minis, so I'll have to figure something out. I'll probably jump something, stick a pink in here for me, for me. So that is the Dark Phoenix by Tamy Gore. Let's see, what else? What else do I have? I have other ones. I'm gonna stop.
Oh, we gonna stop?
Well, let's do one more because he's in timeout. Yeah, no. So I started this project over a year ago, and it is the Über biased shawl, and it is made in our beach colorways that I debuted last year when I went to the beach, and it is brioche. It starts on a bias. It's brioche stripes. It's nice, right? Here's the problem. I have no problem with the brioche part. I love brioche. It's when you get to the stripes, forgetting to slide back because they're stripes. So you work the stripe rows like brioche. So you move them back.
Okay.
So I'm in the wrong position. My yarns are in the wrong position for where I'm supposed to be for the pattern. So I've got to rip out probably that much of it, get it back on track. But this is a big shawl.
This isn't even halfway.
No, this isn't even halfway. You use almost all 4 of the colors, and here they are. The Beach
Liquid
Connection,
Mermaid,
Liquid Mermaid,
Purple
Little
Seashell,
Purple Seashell, Mandatory Sand, and Beach Sunrise only. So those are, but like I said, they're in timeout. They're in my bag because life has not been in a place where I could rip that out and figure out where I'm supposed to be. So he's in timeout, but he is a thing, and I'm going to stop. That's it. That's all I'm going to show. I have others over here. I'm not going to show them.
All right.
Because
we'll be here forever.
Yeah. So, dream knitting. All right. June is my birthday month. My birthday is on the 29th.
Mm-hmm.
I treat myself terribly for the rest of the 11 months of the year. So
I'm getting better.
Decided that I'm going to, years ago I did this, was to celebrate my birthday the whole month. So if you want to know how to celebrate your birthday for a whole month, you pick different activities at different price points that have different significance to you. So I go from free stuff to stuff you should have done a long time ago, to I'm curious of stuff, fiber stuff, whatever. I go
just
through
because.
Everything because I really do I feel like I treat myself badly for the other 11 months. So step number 1 is I'm going to the dentist because I cracked a crown, and I have been at the beginning of the pandemic, and I had an appointment to fix it, and they canceled everything. So I'm going to be brave. I'm going to go do it because I really want to chew on both sides of my mouth. So that is a birth month celebration. I've been putting this off, but I think I need a window replaced. I think I'm going to have that done in June. So just stuff that I need to have done. I'm going to go to Philly. I'm going to go to Minnesota, which is not birth month celebration, but it's work. I'm going to go to a couple of museums. So I have dream knitting for June. And okay, so here's the thing. I created these colorways months ago because Tamy Gore, Vanessa Miller is a writer friend of mine. Vanessa, what's Vanessa's last name? Because I have Miller stuck in my head now. Vanessa, it's not Williams. Is it Williams?
I don't know.
I don't think it's Vanessa Williams is a singer. Vanessa Williams is a singer. It's not Vanessa. It's Smith. Vanessa Smith Designs. Vanessa Smith created a shawl pattern called Farpoint. Let me make sure I ain't lying. I could always go into put it in the show notes, but I really want to know.
You really want to know?
I really, really want to know. It is Vanessa Smith. There we go. It is Vanessa Smith Designs. Yay. So she did a shawl called Farpoint. It is based on Star Trek. So here's a few revelations. I just realized that I like Star Trek better than I like Star Wars. Except for Darth Vader. I really like Darth Vader.
Wonder why.
Everybody else is okay, so if I gauge this by would I sit down and rewatch them? I would sit down and rewatch the Star Trek movies. I would not go back and watch the Star Wars movies. Now, granted, I know the last couple of ones were not great, but no. So my Chris Pine Captain Kirk is like the business. It got me through last year. I just watched that series, all 3 of them, over and over again. And then I literally screamed out loud when I saw that they're in talks to do the 4th one. So I was like, I want to knit a Farpoint, and here are 3 colors. I designed these colorways for that shawl. Here, hold it.
So they're not in our shop yet?
They're not in the shop yet. This is my dream knitting. This is my birthday knitting. I'm going to cast this on, and I'm going to watch all 3 of the new Star Treks. I might go back and watch some of the, let me hold your device. Mine has died. I might go back and watch the old William Shatner, Leonard Nimoy ones, for real, because I love Star Trek. I am indifferent about Star Wars. So
I love Star Wars.
I know you do. I know you love your Baby Yoda.
And Obi-Wan.
Which is starting now.
Yes. So I think somebody needs to make me some more Obi-Wan. He would be a great.
Oh yeah, that'd be a nice thing
yes.
to make while you're.
Yes. And of course, I've proven I can make 2 pairs of socks at a time.
So there's Farpoint.
Gorgeous.
So those are my 3 colors. I'm making this shawl. Like I've been putting it off and putting it off. It's gonna be birthday knitting. It's gonna be my birth month knitting project. So it means casting on. Now it'd be really great if I could get some things off my needles before I put this one on. But I do have a couple of days before I can
well, the bird
sweater
needs to come off.
The bird sweater will come off, yeah, because her birthday is soon. So that needs to come off soon. So yes, and I'm in no hurry for the socks because the sock club is a month and a half. So I don't have to rush with that. But this is getting done, and you'll probably see these colors again. They'll go in the shop, and I'll tell you the names, and I'll give you the stories for everybody because they're pretty great. But this is Dream Knitting. Okay. All right, so Stashquistions. I have been really good, or trying to be, about buying yarn because I have a yarn business.
We have a local yarn store
living in our house. Okay, our house should be a local yarn store. So I've been trying not to purchase yarn this year. I have done some bartering at a couple of fiber shows, but I just really have been trying not to buy. So all I have to show is 2 things. And now I get to
her name should be on there.
Yeah, Anise.
Yeah.
So I bought these 2 skeins earlier this year. This is Naima Bond, Sister Anise yarn. It is Fireworks at Midnight, fingering weight. I bought this with the intention of making a sweater, of course. So there is another one of these. He's wound up. I don't have one with me, but there's 3 of these. So then I was on her website looking, and I saw this colorway, and it is Sharp Tail Goose, and I was like, boom, striped sweater. There we go. So these 6, or some combination of them, will be going into a sweater for me because that's what I want to do.
Another
I know.
What's wrong with you?
I know.
You said you were not going. First of all, you said you would never do a finger weight sweater.
Listen, number 1, right?
And
I'm not even going to.
One of them.
I'm not disputing with you. You are not lying. I said I wasn't. I nearly cried when the baby sweater. I nearly cried when there was a size 3 needles on DK, and I was like, no, I don't. I mean, it's a baby sweater, but still. It was like, why do you do this to yourself? So my next couple of projects, I need to cast on something DK or heavier. I need to pull out some bulky weight or something.
Other than a sweater.
Whatever. And then my other Stashquistion. So technically the Cascade yarn for the Sweetie sweater is a Stashquistion because I didn't have any cotton in the house for her. So we took a trip recently to Lovely Yarns in Baltimore, Maryland, and had a amazing walk down memory lane because I was born and raised Baltimore. He lived in Baltimore from elementary school, elementary school up. So we haven't been to Baltimore years.
Even before the pandemic.
Y'all, we almost crashed our car. What happened? What did they do? When did they move that?
Yeah.
But Mondam and Mall is the same. But anyways, if you're from Baltimore, you know about Mondam. So we went and had a great time, and I picked up my yarn for my Sweetie sweater, and then I got some Brediculous yarn, local dyer. It's called Butterfly Bush, and if you know me, you know I like butterflies. This is another thing that keeps happening to me that I don't know how. Pink keeps happening to me. Use all that pink yarn I just put over there.
She has a colorway called Pinky Me No Likey.
I actually don't like pink.
But
I don't like pink.
Nice.
But I look nice in pink. Again, not arguing with you, but I don't know. I don't like it. But I just like, I saw this and I was like, yes, I want the pink one. So
out of all the other colors that were there.
Out of all the other colors that were there, I picked the pink one. So I don't know what this is going to be. I just got one skein. It could be some color work. It could be a color block. It will tell me what it wants to be when I get to it, which will probably be a little while because my stash is out of control.
Stash beyond life expectancy.
So let me tell you a funny story. I had decided that I had bought too much yarn. So I said, at the same time, I realized that I did not have enough pretty stitch markers. I kind of have the functional ones, kind of that safety pin deal. Y'all know what I'm talking about, that little safety pin thing. I had the safety pin thing, plenty of those, but not pretty stitch markers. So Rhinebeck last year, I bought this little container of stitch markers in a little jar and was very happy with them. The problem is I put it in the yarn. I put it in with the yarn. So I forgot I had it because it was with the yarn.
Yeah, it's porcelain.
Right, but it was in the bin with the yarn, not in the container with the stitch markers. So I totally forgot I bought those. So then when I pulled the yarn out, it was like, oh, I have stitch markers. Then Worldwide Knit Public Day, I went to what's the place?
Was it Knit in Public or was it?
Yeah, it's Knit in Public. No, it's local yarn store day. I went to Wool Winders in Annapolis, which that store is unfortunately closing. Oh yeah. Yeah, that store is closing. What was a sad day when you lose a yarn store? Yeah. They have two locations. One's in Rockville, Maryland. One's in Annapolis, Maryland. The Rockville store is staying open. The Annapolis store is closing.
When is this?
This weekend. Yeah, 28th of May. 28th of May for those who are.
Oh, no.
Anyways, so I bought stitch markers. I did buy some yarn. Where's that yarn? I did buy yarn. I bought yarn.
Yeah, you bought yarn.
I bought yarn at Knit in Pieces in Annapolis. I don't know where that yarn is. Okay, so I did buy yarn, but I also bought stitch markers. Ta-da! So more little wooden. These are from Katrinkles, and these are Knitter's Pride. My godmother knits, and one day she was in my car knitting, and she left one of these in my car, and I fell in love with it because I stuck it in my stash to be like, next time I see her, give it back. So I bought my own.
Up on her needles.
I bought my own and I bought that. Then at Maryland Sheep and Wool, I went over to Cottontail Farms booth and I got more stitch markers. So I have little butterflies, see-through glitter and pastel-y ones, and then I have the sheep things. So I have all of these stitch markers. So I think, and I went to Lovely Yarns and picked up some more stitch markers. And he said, no, you just bought all those stitch markers. I was like, oh, you're right. Thank you for saving me. So here's my collection of stitch markers. I'm done. I'm not buying anymore.
Did you get some from the other one at Mercy for Wiltshire?
No. Oh, I did.
Yes, you did.
I did. I have more stitch markers. I don't know. I think they're on my desk. I also bought a yarn gauge. And I also bought a set of Prim knitting needles. I saw these at, where's the first place I saw these? Vogue Knitting Live, New York 2020. I saw them. I went past their booth and kind of looked at them. So I was like, all right, I'll try a pair. And they're a size 6, a size 6 32, kind of the standard thing that I use between the 4s for all the sweaters, finger weight sweaters. But I bought these. I have not tested them yet. I will report back.
No, what is the big difference with that?
I think it's because it's supposed to be better ergonomic. It's supposed to be better on your hands than regular needles. They don't have interchangeables yet, but I'm one of those knitters. When I knit, I twist my work, so I twist the needle. I unscrew the needle tip. So I had been half considering going all to fixed for that because my life would be so much easier.
No. Okay, so here's why I say no. Because did you notice how many whips she had? Okay. Wait. Let me finish. And usually she gets into a pattern where she has all your whips are the same size needle, right? And so you have she has about maybe 4 interchangeable needles.
So what's
Wait, let me finish. And most of them, then she comes to my stash, then she comes to my needles. Can I borrow your size 4?
Size 4 is kind of I always have something size 4. That's kind of my
That's
thing.
why I say going to fits might not be the best fit for you. It may help for some things, but not maybe all things.
You say so. I will let y'all know how these are. And that's it. That's all my Stashquistions.
All right. So my first Stashquisition is...
Guess. No, I want you all to guess. Guess what Brian could have bought.
And the first one don't count.
And the first one doesn't count.
The second one doesn't count either.
Well, whatever, because you're going to get it right on the first time. That's why it doesn't count.
So these are these... Okay, so these are the socks. So you kind of go in and out with the tonals on the socks. But the best thing about these socks, they're made for 2 at a time socks. So they're exactly the same. Both little skeins in there are exactly the same. So if you know anything about me, I like my socks to be identical.
And 2 at a time.
And 2 at a time. So 2 at a time, identical. If you see me trying to break a skein out, and I'm trying to get it to start the same place. I just did that
recently. Oh, well, I don't do color change. So it doesn't matter where mine's.
It matters for me.
Begins and ends. I mean, color, where the color hits. Doesn't matter.
It needs to be the same. It needs to be the same.
I think you have a problem.
I'm not OCD.
Not at all.
But, can you imagine you started a toe with this and you...
Yes, I
No.
It is not the end of the world.
Sacrilege.
Move on.
No. So, perfect things for a detailed knitter.
Right.
All right. The second one.
Now, we shall talk and trash Brian. Sorry, no, not trash. About he has a needle set problem as bad as I have a sock stitch marker problem. This is the third set of needles, shorties.
Okay, this is a medium, not quite shorties. These aren't quite shorties. These aren't quite
Whatever,
shorties.
you have to tell yourself to sleep at night. That's what I'm gonna say.
So,
yeah, you might not
twisted minis.
Twist minis.
So, hair.
Turn
but
around.
the other ones.
Oh yeah.
The other ones, look how long the needles are.
I guess so.
So they're not quite, they're not quite,
They're
shorties.
4-inch. So they're shorter than a standard 5-inch needle tip, but it's not as short as, I think shorties are 2 or 3 inches for your tip.
And the other thing about this one is the cords. You can actually get the different size cords. So I can do 2 at a time socks with these bad boogers. Oh my goodness. I can't wait.
And all of the stuff that comes along with it. So little stitch markers and then the little pad over here to help you grip.
To grip and twist it.
And then the set also came with a needle gauge. And a little baby ruler. So all of that is in his little mesh bag.
So this set will be going on my next project for our club. So that's what I'm knitting with.
All right, you got one last thing.
And I got one more thing. I've been wanting this for so long.
I don't know what to say.
Oh, it's been years. I've been pining over it for years.
Help. As if there isn't enough fiber in my house.
I'm just gonna let you see the top of it.
Yeah, he got an
I got
electric.
my electric spinner.
Well, yeah, but the bad thing is, what do you look like in here? Come on out. Bring him out. Let me look at him.
Okay,
We gotta
so
put him together?
yeah, he gotta be put together.
Oh.
The problem
Okay.
is we've been in show mode.
We've so
done
busy.
every show on God's green earth.
We've been so busy. The man has not been able to put his little robot.
Free Uncle Brian. Free your boy Uncle Brian. He just want to play.
He actually pre-purchased some fiber from Passionate's Yarn, so he's got fiber. He's got the thing. He has not been able to sit down and actually use his little wheel. I'm so sorry for him.
That's all right. I guess I'll have to wait till off show time to start playing with it.
That doesn't exist.
Okay, August.
Mm-mm.
We don't got nothing going on in August.
No, but we'll be preparing for Shenandoah.
Bags.
Blink, 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 blink.
Bags.
Blink twice if you need to piece them, man. Like, blink, 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 blink. Yeah, it doesn't stop. Not to mention the super secret thing.
Yes.
And then the other super secret thing.
Yes.
And possibly a third super secret thing.
No. We talk offline.
Well, it depends. It depends. That's what happens when you try and secretly talk about super secret things. Yeah, so we are pretty busy. I'll maybe for our anniversary. Okay, how about this? How about for our anniversary we go away somewhere, and you take all your fiber, and we rent an Airbnb maybe for the weekend.
No, let's do it. Let's combine both of them. You go to write and I go spin.
I don't want to write.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No, I am off deadline. Don't be trying to put another book on me.
I'm not putting you on a deadline, but this will get you ahead of the curve.
No, they have not accepted that. I have not submitted that proposal. No. No. Let me enjoy my non-write vacation. Okay. I have plenty of whips to finish off if I so choose. But let me be free.
Give us a straight.
Okay, well, I think that's all.
Okay. Well, we have a lot to go and do.
Yeah, we'll be busy, but we always enjoy hearing from you. So hit the website, www.hayneshouseyarns.com. You can send us a message on Instagram at haynes.house.yarns. Facebook, Instagram. You can send us an email at info@hayneshouseyarns.com. We hope to hear from you. If you need to you can share your projects. Tag us at Haynes House Happy or at Haynes House Yarns, so we can see what you're working on. And until next time, bye-bye.
Bye.